Hello and welcome back to Ariel Hates Games. I'm Ariel and I promise to never let a Let's Play go unfinished. When we last played Shadowrun Returns, we had just found Coyote and we had just killed the guy from the apartments. His name kind of escapes me at the moment, I'm sorry. We then talked to Mrs. Caputa and she offered us a safe house in exchange for getting her beloved bartender back. How else may I be of service? Let's ask about Mr. Delilah, because I think he is the one that actually hired Coyote, so it'll be good to see if we can actually see this guy, because I think we need to hand the gems back to him. So, is Mr. Delilah here tonight? Yes, Mr. Delilah is in the back bar. That's usually where he does business. Okay, nice. Yeah, let's ask about Coyote's crusade. You mentioned her crusade. What is it? Coyote grew up in the Royale but managed to escape that life. However, her cousin was apparently not so lucky. He came to town about a year ago and fell in with the wrong circle. He was introduced to sim chips and became addicted to BTLs. Coyote has been tearing her way through chip houses for months now, searching for him and acting as a one-woman cleanup crew. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess she's going around these places and shooting up people. Van Grass. Okay. Let's see who that is. Van Grass is busy talking on his comlink, checking his heads-up display and motioning to a runner standing nearby, all at the same time. He is an intense little man. You get the sense that he likes to look busy. I'm Van Grass. Make it quick. Business good. Talk to me. Mrs. Caputa says you're a fixer. He still hasn't looked at you. He's going a mile a minute. Nothing for you tonight, sorry. I'm doing a thing right now. Important thing. Talk to you later. Oh, hey lady, one more thing. He covers his comlink for a moment, tilts his head your way, but you can see he's still staring at his HUD. I'm a fence too. If you got anything you need to unload, come see me. Okay, good to know he's there. Oh, of course. Is that Johnny Clean? Johnny leans on his seemingly brand new mop and surveying the crowd at the Union. Hey Johnny, I'm looking for where Cherry took Coyote. Piano is a little out of tune. Check it out. So after we went to kill Stevie J on Coyote's quest, we took her downstairs to where the safe house is and we got her patched up. And now here we are talking to Coyote about Sam. Coyote looks both better and worse than you last saw her. All the gaping holes are plugged and she's sporting a shiny new cyber arm. But now that the adrenaline has worn off, it's clear she needs some rest. Good morning. Thanks to the miracle of modern science combined with Doc Castle's magical healing powers, I'm almost as good as new. Better, really. You ready for some questions now? She flashes you a puzzled look. What kind of questions? About Sam Watts. Sam Watts? What about him? He's dead. Holy dreck, Sam? I can't say I'm surprised. He was on a downward spiral for a long time. What can I tell you? Tell me about Sam. I hear you liked him. I did. He made me laugh. No one else seemed to like Sam's jokes, but I did. Did you guys jam? Whoa. Easy, lover. No, it wasn't like that. We were friends. I guess I knew him the best of everyone else here. Sorry he's gone. You served Sam the night he died. What do you remember about that night? It was a pretty average night. Regular crowd, as I remember. Sam was drinking with a guy named Armitage. Jake? Yeah, you know him? Met him. He's a charmer too. She bites her lower lip. I like gingers. Anyway, Jake and Sam were having a few... Well, Jake was having a few. Sam was tossing them back, but good. Eventually he got loud. The way he sometimes did when he mixed drinking and who knows what, and Mrs. Kabuta wanted him ejected. Mr. Kluwer wasn't around, can't remember why, so he asked Jake to do the honors. Jake dragged him out to the back, into the alley, and that's the last time I saw Sam. You said he got loud. Do you remember what he was saying? She thinks. Standard Sam Drake. How he grew up rich and didn't deserve this. How he hated his mother. How he loved his mother. It was all pretty prophetic stuff. Did he have any enemies? She thinks. Enemies? Oh, that's hard to say. Sam partied hard, and when he did, he ran his mouth off pretty good. Got his ass kicked on more than one occasion. But no, I don't think he had any enemies. At least none that I'm aware of. Where did he live? On the streets mostly. He'd occasionally convince someone to let him flop on their couch, but he'd always overstay his welcome and get kicked out after a few days. Sometimes I'd sneak him down here so he could crash in one of the bunks. He used one the night before I saw him last. How bad was his drinking? If it was just the drinking, it would have been bad. But Sam wasn't a monogamous type. He dabbled in everything. Booze, chips, drugs. He loved the nitro, whatever he could get his hands on. Nitro, huh? It wasn't always like that, but once he got sick, he started using more and more stuff to try and forget about it. Sam was sick? Dying, didn't you know? Yeah, everyone could tell. You could just look at him and see he was a walking corpse. It had to be the drinking. Then he disappeared for a while, and one day he came back all better. Looked good even. Did he say how he got better? He said his mom helped him out. Never said how though. Oh, thanks, Coyote. Now I need you two to do something for me. What do you need, babe? I need you to talk to Mr. Delilah for me about the Royale run. He is usually upstairs. Tell him I didn't get the gem. Maybe I can take another run at it when I recover. I will. Wait, but we got the gems. I guess I'll just tell him that she did get the gems. Wow, look at that arm. That's a pretty cool arm though. Okay, I need to investigate Sam's bunk. Let's do that here. The bunk is a mess and reeks of booze. Searching through the sheets, blankets and pillow, you find an old photograph that has seen a lot of wear. Look at the image on the photo. The picture is of a blonde boy and girl, both about age 14, sitting on a dock on the edge of a lake. They appear to be twins. The boy has his arm tied around the girl's shoulders and is mugging for the camera. The girl is planting a kiss on his cheek while making rabbit ears behind his head with her fingers. Aww. Check the back of the photo. Written in a woman's hand are the words, Sam and Jessica, Lake Sammamish State Park, summer 2040. Alright, let's take it with us. Okay, so he had a twin. Interesting. Oh, I can stash my stuff here. No, I think I'm happy with this. Alright. See if we can talk to her. We spoke to Mr. Delilah and we finished the quest for Coyote. You're back. I think the highlights of the Wolves game will be on soon. Wanna take a load off and watch it with me? I found something in the bunk Sam was using. Yeah, great. What was it? A photo. Did you know Sam had a twin sister? Yeah, I did. He mentioned her once or twice. It didn't sound like they got along that well, she thinks. He was rambling on about her the last time I saw him. By that point, he was completely gone. I really couldn't follow what he was saying. He sounded miserable. Your comlink chips and the screen shows the smiling face of Officer Aguirre. If he's smiling, it must be about money. Officer Aguirre, what a pleasure to hear from you. Yeah, we're buddies. Let's go dancing soon. Listen, the Ripper got another one. The victim worked at the NTSB investigation facility down on the docks. You owe me for this. Put it on my tab. You there now? Better get here quick before McCluskey arrives. The image on your PDA dissolves as the call ends. Another Ripper murder? Where? The docks. I've gotta go. Okay, listen, I want to help. You dragged me out of the Royale before. Something bad happened. Worse than getting my arm torn off. And Sam was my friend. You head to the docks and I'll see if I can track down Sam's sister, Jessica. She might be able to help us. Thanks, I appreciate the help. Alright, let's go to the dock. I'll take a cab and let's go to the warehouse. And go find this newest Ripper victim. The guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absent-mindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You looking to get dusted, street scum? Oh, look, I can use my etiquette. Officer Aguirre called me in. Needs me to rule out if the killer bypassed security, or if they were let in. Oh, of course, I'll open the gate. Aguirre is just inside the warehouse. Definitely no holes in our security here. Tip-top shape. Thank you. Alright, let's go inside. Took your sweet time, didn't you? I'm a busy woman. Who's the corpse? Just a corpse, and one that's not gonna do anything for my career, I can tell you that. I left the computer on in the office over there, if you want to see for yourself. The victim worked here at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. NTSB? The National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over to the wreckage from plane crashes to try and determine what happened. The Vic was in charge of their highest priority investigation at the moment. Oh, okay. We've gone through the victim's computer and his case notes indicates he was selling secrets. Idiot kept records. Scientists don't make good criminals. No, let's go for spilling corpse secrets, not the wisest career choice. Nope. Some runner like you probably offed him to cover up his corp master's involvement and try to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key. Check it out for yourself if you want. Alright, let's go do that then. Oh, there's Dresden again. Let's ask Dresden. Ariel, surprised you got here. Let me guess, Officer Aguirre tipped you off? Suppose you must have made an impression on him in the market yesterday. Or your cred stick did. At any rate. Anyway, surprise! We've got another Ripper victim on our hands. You look like you've been putting in some overtime, Dresden. What can you tell me about the victim? The victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. And yes, I am a little tired. Bodies have been piling up like cordwood, it seems. Cause of death? Unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before cutting. Not much else to tell yet, really. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. But if they were removed quite gruesomely, was it the Ripper or was it a copycat? Any idea which organ the Ripper was after this time? Well, the killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it though, the other missing organs may just have been eviscerated within the chest cavity. It sounds like the Ripper is taking a different trophy from each victim. Sam's liver, this guy's lungs. Any theories? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. Okay, it sounded a bit weird. However, while there was massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting, since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy, but it's an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, a coincidence. But then the woman whose eyes were taken, weren't they transplants too? This is only the third body I've personally examined. One of our 4 other branch managers handled the other 2. If I find that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. Who is that woman over there? No clue, she just showed up. Next of kin, I think? Is McCluskey getting any closer to a suspect? McCluskey couldn't find his ass with both hands. Don't tell him I said that though. What about Officer Aguirre? He seems like a real go-getter. Aguirre would love to solve it before McCluskey and get his gold detective shield. Plus, he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Did you take the money? He grins from ear to ear. Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, ma'am? I don't think Aguirre's officer's salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. Okay, I'm going to have a look around. Good luck out there. Let's talk to this lady. Shannon Halfsky, you're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. I see you've been praying. Do you know the deceased? Yeah, he's my older brother. I've asked Bear to help me speak to him. She shakes her head, looking like one who has found herself lost for the first time in her life. But I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. You're a shaman? Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. Were there any other witnesses? Not so far as I can tell, not among the living anyways. Realization then dawns, bringing the light back into her eyes. Oh? But my brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are other spirits who may be able to help. Her features harden in frustration, as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare. But I can't do it alone. What do you need? This warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help, they wish to be heard, and I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Okay? Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe I can summon a spirit to talk with us. I'll need at least 2 such objects. Can you find them for me? Of course. In the long run, this will also help to clear Sam's murders, so yeah, hopefully. Oh, I thought that was where we needed to go. Okay, so maybe here then? Alright, oh, what's that? There's a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to airplane seats. They could be discarded luggage, or possibly the shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Let's dig through it. You find nothing interesting about the shoes in the pile. Okay. Well, you know, worth a try, I guess. What about this? It's hard to say whether this is a heap of items and refuse recovered from a plane crash or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Alright, let's get our hands dirty. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile, and your hands are quickly covered with the stuff. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. Inspect the earring. The earring is made out of a burnished steel, formed into the shapes of a small salmon. An intense primal fear washes over you as you touch its surface. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. Okay, what about the cred stick? Surprisingly, the cred stick is still functional. You slot it into your PDA and 2000 nuyen is added to your account. Nice. Inspect the dented lunchbox. A dented tin lunchbox that's seen better days. You can barely make out the face of a grinning troll on the front. Okay, guess we don't need that one. Alright, let's go... Can we go down here? Okay, no. Okay, let's go to the bathroom over there. See if we can find the second item. And then let's go find the PC. You don't need to go right now. Okay, well maybe I should wash my hands. Probably wash my hands, but okay. Let's go through here. Ah, there we go. Let's check the lockers first. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside, you see several of the dead man's personal items. Inspect the comb. As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your hand stand on end. And when you take it off its little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest. Hard. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You pocket the comb. Okay, well let's have a look at the toothbrush, I guess. The blue toothbrush is still wet from being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. Okay, let's leave. That's good, we've got 2 items. Find 2 haunted objects, nice. The researcher's work cyber terminal has been left on, presumably by the Lone Star investigators. Okay, read the researcher's private notes. The notes that appear on screen pertain to NTSB case file 96, the crash of an Ares jetliner near the UCAS Seoul nation border. I hope I pronounced that correctly, probably didn't. The crash is reportedly the result of an equipment failure. Reading further into the investigator's notes, however, you find substantial evidence linking the crash to an experimental Renraku research initiative. This information could be worth a great deal to the right buyer. You download the researcher's note to your PDA. Okay, well let's read this case note then, because, yeah, let's read these files. Case 96, Pratt and Whitney unmanned. Corporate owner, Ares. Summary, redacted. Time log, redacted. Oh, okay. Case file 95, Federated Boeing jetliner, corporate owner, Ares. The plane had several mechanical issues, resulting in a mayday at 3:04 a.m. on June 17, 2053. The pilot reported that the altimeter was reading in the negative values. The co-pilot takes over the controls as the pilot leaves the cabin to investigate the rear of the plane. 2:58 a.m. The pilot cannot be contacted or located by a plane steward. The co-pilot radios in a mayday. The plane crashes into an empty field in western North Dakota. So what happened to the pilot? Did he just jump out? No, someone must have seen that. This file has been corrupted. Okay. Well, we got something at least. Alright, let's go summon that guy's spirit. Let's go do that first. It feels as though you found enough objects. Yes, here they are. You hand her the objects you found. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a while. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me long to... What the hell is all this? Officer Aguirre trails after the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. This is a crime scene, officer, not some Salish drum circle. Isn't it standard procedure to contact the next of kin? Ma'am, consider yourself contacted. Now, get the hell out. Come on, if we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I regret. Or worse, something I'd enjoy. Okay. Well, I hope I can still talk to Officer Aguirre. Alright. That man is an ass. She stares daggers at McCluskey from across the warehouse. Yes, he is. But there's no helping it now. I should just be grateful you were able to collect these items before the clouds carted everything off. Can we still summon the spirit? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they are anchored. We need to get back in there. Yeah, let's come back later once the coast is clear. I can't stand the waiting, but I don't see any other choice. You sure you're up for this? If it means your brother's killer doesn't take another life, then yes. Thank you. Now, since we have the time, we should probably enlist some help. They might post security overnight. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say you know where to find the kinds of people we need. Just smile. Good. I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumpled nuyen from inside a leather pouch, starts to count it out, then shoves the whole wad at you. Meet me here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. Alright. As you start to leave the warehouse, your comlink chirps and the face of Coyote pops on the screen. Coyote looks tense. Hi, Ariel, you in the middle of something? Just getting jerked around by Lone Star, same old thing. I hear you. Her jaw sets. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was born on the Royale. BTL pushers like Stevie J ran the squads. Ran my world when I was growing up. I remember. She looks relieved. Whiz. I have a cousin, Gino, who's been missing for months. He hit the sprawl about a year ago and immediately fell in with some tweakers, bad guys. They hooked him on high-amp dream chips and started using him for all sorts of drag. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away. Then he disappeared. I've been shooting up BTL labs ever since, trying to find him. I'm guessing you have a new lead then? It's not a lead! Her face lights up. She's running hot, has a serious edge. I know exactly where he is this time. Got an old friend who eyeballed him herself. I'm on my way. Pago's with me, but we could use another hand. You in? I need you right now. Well, will I be back in time? You know what, let's just do it. I hope you'd come. I'll send you the address. See you soon. Okay. Alright. Well, it's starting to get interesting. I'm thinking these victims so far all had implants, so maybe my theory about like a big monster that some shaman is making might not be correct. Maybe it is the same doctor who put those implants in there, who now wants his trophies back. Who knows? Who knows? Thanks for meeting us, Ariel. I owe you one. Alright, let's get this done. I've got a killer to find. You got it. She brightens. Oh, hey, listen, I got good news for you. You know Sam's sister, Jessica? One of my contacts found her for me while you were on your way here. I called her and asked her to meet you at the Union later today. Hope that helps. Good job, thanks. She looks at you, her scarred face soft. Least I could do. Alright, let's get this done. My cousin, Gino, should be in one of the squads past that door up ahead. I hear there's a whole lab set up in there. From my experience, there's usually a lookout watching for cops outside and a guard at the door inside. Like I said, I don't know how much firepower to expect, but these guys are nasty, so stay on guard. I just want to get in, grab Gino, and get out. Right behind you, babe. Let's do this. Alright, I guess we'll leave it there for now. I'm really excited to find out what'll happen next. Hopefully we can finish this before midnight and summon those spirits. And hopefully we can get a beat on this killer next time. I'll see you guys soon, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hey there! Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Also, you can click the nifty looking bell to get notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Till next time.